You know how it is. Life gets overwhelming. When you're staring down a huge problem, the number of choices can be totally paralyzing. So who do you even turn to for advice? Well, what if you could assemble the ultimate advisory board, a council of impossible minds, all ready to help you out?
Seriously, think about it. Who would you want in your corner? Today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're building that very council, pulling together some of the most fascinating figures from history, fiction, and modern culture to see exactly how they would tackle your biggest problems.
Let's say your problem just needs pure courage. You'd probably want a titan like Theodore Roosevelt, right? This is a man who championed the strenuous life and would probably just tell you to charge forward and meet every single challenge head-on.
But, brute force isn't always the answer, is it? For problems that demand deep wisdom, you might need a sage, someone who can teach you to completely change your perspective and see the universe in a whole new light.
Or hey, maybe your problem just needs a new invention, a crazy technological breakthrough, powered by some sarcastic genius, and a flat-out refusal to accept the way things are. So let's do it. Let's put these clashing minds at the same table and see what happens.
Okay, let's start with our first group of advisors, the philosophers. For them, all that chaos you're feeling, it's not happening out there, it's happening in here. They believe the first and most important battle is always for control of your own mind.
Now, what's really fascinating here is the parallel between a Roman emperor and a Jedi master. It's kind of wild. Marcus Aurelius tells us the obstacle is the way. And Yoda echoes that, saying the path becomes clear when your mind is calm. They're both teaching the exact same lesson. You can't control the storm, you can only control the ship. The real power is always internal.
Okay, let's pivot to a completely different perspective. Our next group, the action takers, would hear all that talk about inner peace and probably call it a complete waste of time. For them, life isn't about mastering your feelings, it's about getting external results. Period.
First up, we've got entrepreneur Alex Hormozi, and his approach is just brutally pragmatic. He'd tell you to stop analyzing and start doing. Find what works and then do it relentlessly. For him, the scoreboard of life has nothing to do with feelings. It's all about tangible results.
And that intensity gets turned up to 11 with the confrontational philosophy of Andrew Tate. He argues that balance is just an excuse for being mediocre. From this perspective, the goal isn't just to cope, it's to dominate. It's this unapologetic call to just seize control of your entire environment. And this is not just a modern mindset. Over 100 years ago, Theodore Roosevelt was preaching the same gospel. His advice? Don't just face the challenge, get in the arena. Being the person actually covered in dust and sweat is infinitely better than being some critic on the sidelines.
All right, so we've heard from the soul and we've heard from the fist. Now let's turn to the brain. Our third group of advisors, the scientists, would argue that both philosophy and brute force are flawed. The best way to solve a problem is to be systematic, logical, and just follow the evidence.
Take neuroscientist Andrew Huberman. If you told him you were overwhelmed, he wouldn't talk about virtue or domination. He'd give you a biological protocol. His advice is super concrete. Get morning sunlight to regulate your cortisol, work in 90-minute focus blocks, and protect your sleep. The core belief here? Fix your biology and your mind will follow. And who represents pure logic better than Sherlock Holmes, right? He would see all your emotional turmoil as sentimental dithering, basically just noise that's distracting you from the facts. For Holmes, pretty much any problem is elementary once the logic is uncovered. And this perfectly illustrates his core method. Deduction isn't just some party trick for detectives. No, it's a life skill. It's all about systematically eliminating what doesn't matter so that what does matter, the truth, the solution, is all that's left. So, the crucial question is, what irrelevant details are cluttering up your problem? So, let's move to our final group and see how this all connects. The visionaries. They'd listen to everyone else and probably say, you're all trying to solve the wrong problem. They don't just find a solution, they redefine the entire game. And here is Tony Stark in all his glory. His advice is part tough love, part relentless action. Don't analyze the problem. Build your way out of it. Leverage your resources, innovate, and stop making excuses. It's all about creating the solution yourself.
Elon Musk takes this even further. He wouldn't just solve your problem, he'd break it down to its first principles. That means ignoring all the assumptions and looking only at the fundamental truths. From there, you can build a whole new solution from the ground up, totally free from the flawed thinking of everyone else.
So we've met four radically different types of advisors. We've got the inward-looking philosopher, the results-driven action taker, the logical scientist, and the game-changing visionary. Each one offers a powerful, yet incomplete lens to view your challenges through.
This is your new toolkit. The philosopher asks, what can I control? The action taker asks, what works? The scientist asks, what's the evidence? And the visionary asks, what is the real goal here? The right tool depends entirely on the problem you're facing.
So, the ultimate question isn't which advisor is right. It's about what combination you need right now. When you build your own personal counsel, you're the one in charge. The only question left is who are you inviting to the table?